Hello there, it's Rich here from Serious Cricket, and we're here to review the 2021 Gunn and Moore range. We head to the Zelos II. So it's a revamp from 2020. Was the Zelos, now the Zelos II for 2021. First thing that strikes you, lovely colours. Kids are really going to like that. I might put some adults off, who knows, but probably not, because we're all vain creatures and we love it. Let's find out some technical specifications.
Technical specs for the Zelos II. Traditional blade length, so the L555 blade length, standard blade.
Yeah.
Gunn and Moore say it's got an ultra curved shape. I'd more say that it's got quite a high spine. We can see the profile there, just slightly cut away. It's probably allowing for a low to mid swell bat, I would say.
Yeah.
Only really way of telling is getting a mallet on it. Let's have a look at,
let's do that.
See where that is. So with the bat mallet, yeah, you can feel slightly lower sweet spot, if anything. Good for the front foot player. And also new for 2021, they've got the Pro Light grip on.
Oh yes.
What are your thoughts on it?
Okay, so first up, we'll start at the top. So I don't mind the grip. Grip's fine for me purely because it's very similar to a chevron. I think it's a lighter, it's a thinner handle. For me that works, I don't mind that. I'm quite happy to change the grip if I need to. I like the spine at the back, but for me, and I like the forgiving nature of the extra willow through the swell. I like it's a little bit further down. So for me, I quite like this. The pickup is quite a good one. It's quite balanced for me. But if there was a shape with a little bit more wood further down the bottom of the bat, I would probably head that way, but I quite like it. I'd be happy to try some different weights in it. What about you, boss?
I really like this.
Yeah.
I think it's got, for me, it's a good shape which lends itself to a really good pickup.
Yes. That
would suit my game. I actually like the colour in there. I think
Yeah.
we don't often see much fluo yellow in cricket equipment ranges, and I think that's really quite striking. I think I mentioned on previous videos though, don't choose your cricket bat based on the colour of the stickers. Choose it on the quality of the willow and then the performance you're going to get from it. Again, chevron grip, like you say, similar to that really. Again, you can always change the grips on a bat. But for me, great profile. I really like the pickup to this, and I like the touch of colour.
Yeah, I think the other thing with that for me is it feels like it's going to give. It's good. It's a good option for a lot of different players. I think you can go front foot, you can go back foot. I think it's going to be quite a good option for players.
Good all-round option.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's go to the Chroma. So this is a new range for 2021. First up, first looks, we have, it looks grey, doesn't it? And it does look grey in the old stickers, but actually it's a metallic grey, so it does sparkle and shine, so hopefully it puts bowlers off when they're running in to bowl at you. Let's have a little think about some technical specifications.
Technical specs for the Chroma. Traditional blade length again, so the L555 from Gunn and Moore, standard length. Profile on this one, this is, I would say, the most rounded profile in the Gunn and Moore range. Compared to some of the other bats that have high spines and slight concave cutouts, this is very rounded, almost from the lower end of the bat quite high up into the blade, really creating that rounded effect, giving you quite a lot of willow
from the spine to the edge,
and in a real hitting zone of there. Probably a mid swell point, I would say. Interesting to get the bat mallet on it. Yeah, you can tell straight away that it's quite forgiving.
Yeah.
Off centre,
Yeah.
and that's off centre to the side as well as slightly higher and lower. That's enabled by that high profile in the bat there. So good all rounder, I would say. Again, it comes with the Pro Light grip, new for 2021. Similar to a traditional chevron grip, but it has the touches of colour in it to match the colourways of the bat itself.
Okay.
What do you reckon? One for you?
Well, you've already talked me out of it already.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I know, it's not a good start. So first up for me, no issues with the handle, grip, like that. I like a thinner handle, so I'm going to say yes to that. Shape for me is there's a lot of wood at the top and not enough wood down the bottom. And then when I go for a pickup, I feel a lot of weight up here, and I just think I'm not going to hit the ball that high that often. My sweep range is probably going to be a little bit lower. So I'd kind of say, for me, this is the opposite end of my spectrum. So I'd say, thanks, but I'm going to pass that one on.
Okay.
What about you?
So I think that the one advantage of that rounded profile in the bat, it makes it a much more forgiving bat. And I play less cricket than you, Rich. So actually, for the player who wants consistency coming out of the bat, this is a pretty good choice. A good all-rounder again, will be forgiving when you don't quite hit the middle of the bat. Pickup wise would be the only thing for me. I do like quite a lighter pickup, and I think some other bats in the Gunn and Moore range will give you a lighter balanced pickup. But what this does, it gives you that opportunity of having some really good meat behind the ball when you hit it. So if you hit it off centre, you've still got a fair amount of willow that you're going to strike the ball with. So I think it's a good all-rounders bat. You won't go too wrong with it. Whether it's the right pickup, it wouldn't be for me.
Yeah. Okay, let's get iconic with the icon. So straight away, it's been stripped away of any colour. We've got a classic and simple sort of style to it. It's been around for ages. It's a traditional shape for Gunn and Moore, and it's used by James Vince, one of the local lads down here at Hampshire. He scores lots of runs with them. So let's find out some technical specifications about the old icon.
So the icon, Rich.
Yeah.
Traditional blade length, the L555 from Gunn and Moore. Profile wise, slightly higher spine.
Yeah.
Bit of a concave shape. Like you mentioned before, quite traditional now. That really enables a good light pickup. Suitable, I would say, for juniors. Certainly if they're progressing out of a Harrow bat and into their first short handle bat, the balance you'll get from that profile should really help. Good lightweight pickup. The bat itself, because of that concave spine and high spine there, that's really going to give you quite a mid to high swell position, I'd say. Be interesting to get the mallet on that one to have a look.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So you can tell straight away the middle position is just slightly higher than some of the other Gunn and Moore bats that we looked at. The Chroma was probably a little bit lower middle.
Yeah.
Icon midpoint is really where your sweet spot's at.
You're thinking forgiving or not so forgiving?
It's reasonably forgiving. You've got obviously less wood as you head out towards the edges than you would in the Chroma range. But I think the icon does what it needs to do. It's got that concave shape. It creates that lightweight pickup. Interestingly, this has the hex grip on it, new for 2021. Yes. Very different to some of the other grips in the range. What do you make of that?
Okay, so in terms of the shape and all that jazz, I quite like this shape. I like the pickup. I like the way it flows. It's a light pickup. So for me, I like this particular shape. I think a little bit more wood down the bottom for me in terms of where I would get very specific with my bat, but I like this shape a lot. I pick up the icons and have a really good look at them. In terms of grip, I mean, it is slightly different, and it does feel different. It's sort of feels different in a sort of a ribbed effect type way. I think that would take a couple of goes in the nets to see how you get on with it. But otherwise, no, I think icons are a nice shape. I like them. I'd pick a few up.
Okay. My opinion is, as far as the bat's concerned, lovely.
Yeah.
Fantastic pickup, suits my game. As I said, nice lightweight pickup, but you've got the reassurance. You've still got plenty of wood in that bat, down the edges and around.
Yeah.
Grip for me, I do struggle with this.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest. It feels like it's like the pimples on a table tennis bat.
Yeah.
So it feels like gripping those, and they're not. They don't, because it's in a hexagonal shape. They don't. It doesn't feel.
It's not flat, is it?
It's not flat. So I think I would. Again, it's really important not to choose the bat on the grip. For me personally, I would probably change the grip to this, but go for the bat. But it's personal preference, and if you get the chance to pick one up, do that. It's certainly grippy. For those people that like a grippy bat,
yeah.
that is grippy. But
people are going to like it.
Yeah, for me, I would change that. But really like the bat. Great profile, great pickup.
Okay, we're on the Noir. Sounds a little bit like an espresso or a coffee, doesn't it, the old Noir? Similarly, it is black, very stylish, very sleek, beautiful looking little number. Noir's been around for a little while, but it has, well, it's got an interesting little shape, but I'll let Neil come in and talk to you about that. Better pass it over, hadn't I? Let's get into the technical stuff.
So technical specs on this: standard blade length as you'd expect. Stealth like, I think Gunn and Moore like to refer to this one too. Somewhere probably in between the Chroma and the Icon in shape.
Yeah.
Still got your spine, but you've got massive thick edges here. They've not taken much out of the back of the bat. Really, really big and chunky through that
very
point
big,
there.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
You'd expect this to suit someone who likes to play with the front foot, likes to drive the ball hard.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what happens when we get the bat mallet on it. Let's have a little go at that. Yeah, so I'm picking up the sweet spot is just in that lower half of the bat.
Okay.
So clearly suited to a front foot player who wants to get on the front foot and drive hard.
Is it forgiving?
I think it's forgiving because the thickness of these edges, there's a lot of depth in that.
There is, isn't there? Yeah.
A lot of depth. So should be a really forgiving bat. If you like playing on the front foot, probably one for you. Got a terrain grip and another differing grip in the Gunn and Moore range.
What do we think?
You can use that one this year?
I think I might struggle because I need a few more muscles to get down the gym, don't I? Lifting the bat up and swinging it nice and fast. In terms of the grip, I don't mind it. It's okay. It's not as grippy as your hex, and it's not quite your traditional chevron type hex, not hex grip. It was the old Protect grip, and I think that's okay. I'd probably change it just because I'm not sure how long that's going to last. So for me, I don't dislike the shape. In terms of pickup, I think that's quite a nice pickup. I feel like there's a lot of weight here, a bit further down, and it feels like that for me. So I think anything where I would be square cutting, that might be a little bit sort of off-putting. I might just close the bat face on it or something. I'm probably going to say, do you know what? I like the shape. I like the fact that it's different, but I would have to say, I think I might pass. What about you?
I like it. I like the look of the bat. I think it does look quite slick. It is a huge piece of willow low down and the really big edges. That doesn't make it heavy, and I still think it's got quite a balanced pickup.
It is a good balance to it, isn't it?
Yeah. For me, this is going to suit someone coming in middle order, coming in looking to strike the ball hard, looking to hit it hard, looking to hit it out of the park, and you're going to probably benefit there with that profile and those edges in doing so. If you're getting on the front foot and swinging, that's definitely a bat for you.
Okay, I love this name. You are going to receive so much grief from wicket keepers. You really are. It's the Eclipse. We've got a total eclipse of the heart. I mean, how good's that? Right, here we go. What are we looking at? Straight away, we've got a little bit of lovely coloration on this. Bit of a focused fade, I think they might call it in artistic circles, with the fluoro orange. Eclipse has been around a little while, currently used by David Milan, who is the T20 top T20 batter at this current moment. So I'm guessing he's doing something right, must be the bat. Let's have a little chat with Neil and talk about some technical specifications.
So technical side to the Eclipse. First thing to note, it's actually the L540 blade length.
Stand back.
I know.
We're in.
Different to the 555,
Yes.
which is, and the difference is 15mm of blade length, so slightly shorter blade length.
Okay.
What that and to compensate, it's a slightly longer handle, but we're talking 15mm.
Yeah.
So not a huge amount. But what that does do is it enables the actual blade itself to really get a lot of willow in the blade, because you've taken some out the top. In the Gunn and Moore range, the Eclipse has got the highest swell. It's really high up the back of the bat here.
Yeah.
Normally in every other range, the midpoint is slightly lower down. It's quite similar to the Chroma shape, but with a lot higher swell point further up. Let's see what happens with the bat mallet, because this is the only way of testing. And oh yeah, straight away you can feel that.
And you can hear the difference.
You can really feel that middle section from middle and upwards, really sweet. Going to come out really nicely out of there.
Forgiving?
Forgiving, and certainly forgiving slightly higher up.
Yeah.
That's probably going to help when the ball's bouncing a bit more. Wickets are harder. You might play more on the back foot. That will certainly help. Also comes with the hex grip.
Oh yes, our favourites.
So, one for you?
Yeah, okay, let's have a little look. Hex grip, again, we've talked about before. It's one I would stick with because it's quite grippy, and I'd have a little look at it. It has got those little dimples in it, so it's whether it's going to fit your fingers, whether it isn't, and whether that's going to work for you. I'd give it a try. I'm always slightly conscious with the rounded shape and the wood further up that quite takes the wood away from where I want it for most of the time. But in terms of balance, this feels slightly strange to have the bat a little bit lower down, 15mm away from you, doesn't it? The bat face and the blade. It feels slightly heavier because of that, in a slightly weird way, in terms of balancing it out. So I would say that's a really important one to have a test on. You know you're going to get more wood in this end of the bat, so therefore there's going to be a slight change in balance. I don't dislike this one. It's not too bad for me. I'd like to give it a go in the net and see how I get on.
I mean, it obviously works for Milan.
Yeah, he's quite good with it.
He's pretty good with it. I think one advantage of that slightly shorter blade is I feel in the pickup that actually this bat's going to come flying through.
Yeah.
I think you're slightly taller than me. You've got really longer levers than me, but even in my stature, I really feel that this bat is going to come flying through just with extra leverage in the handle. So probably a good T20 bat.
Yeah.
It does feel strange having a slightly longer handle.
It does, doesn't it?
But it's a bit like the old Mongoose. There was a Mongoose bat that came out a while ago, and they tried to develop a shorter blade, longer handle, but more extreme than this. And this probably puts this more in context and is a much more balanced bat. But it's going to be whippy, I think, as you come through.
Newbury did a similar version too, where they had a slightly shorter blade, and I think it was quite popular. I think this will be quite popular.
I think this is probably a better balance than those original ones. I quite like the colourways.
Yeah, it's good.
I think that looks nice. Again, don't choose your bat on the colour of the stickers. This is really about a balance and a feel of, does that bat blade come through really quickly when I'm swinging, and I think it will. And with that higher swell position, slightly higher up, it's going to be really forgiving in that top half of the bat. So a lot of wood behind it there as well. So I think if you want to go out and have a bit of a hit, that's going to help as well.
Would you use it?
I mentioned on previous video, I would change the grip.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the hex grip, but I think I would use it, because I think I could free my arms up and really get this bat path coming through quite quickly.
Cool. Okay, listen up. We're caught by the cops because we can hear the siren. Now, blimey, that is blue, isn't it? There's a lot of blue here. Little tinge of, looks a little bit like a pinky red at the ends. Currently used by Ollie Pope. Well, I suppose we better find out some technical specifications.
So the Siren, Rich, second bat in the range to be the L540 shape.
So pleased you said that. I like that.
That means the blade length is just that little bit shorter.
Shorter.
15mm shorter than a standard blade length. Got huge edges in the bat. It's also got the lowest swell position in the Gunn and Moore range.
Oh yes.
So as we head down towards the bottom, still got a fair bit of wood in. Really big edges. I think a well designed bat, looks great. Also has the hex grip. We've talked about that in other bat range choices. Very pimply, very grippy. Let's have a look, see what it's like with the bat mallet.
Oh yes.
So of all the Gunn and Moore bats, this has probably got is a little bit more receptive lower down, so would really probably suit a front foot player, someone who likes to get on the front foot, because of that lower swell position, bit more wood lower down. That said, I was striking the ball, the bat there in the middle, and it's still very receptive, so I think it's got a pretty big sweet spot, the Siren.
Yeah, I think it's a good shape. I think it's going to be interesting.
One for you?
Yeah, come on, let's have a find out. Yes, straight away, you see, pickup's nice for me. That's the usual pickup. A little bit more weight down the bottom of the bat. Yes, I like this. Already I'm liking it. I think I'll be walking out the shop with this one. Yeah, I'm going to say yes. Obviously still with the grip. I mean, it is really grippy. It is very different. I'd need to try it with a pair of gloves and have a bit of a hit, but I'd stick at it. I'm walking out with it. What about you?
I think I really like the pickup in this.
Yeah.
I think with that slightly shorter blade length, it really does pick up nicely. You don't notice it as much, I don't think, as much as the Eclipse.
Yeah.
And actually I think this is really well balanced, and it's probably because it's got that extra bit of wood lower down. For me, yeah, I would definitely go for something like this too. I would definitely change the grip though. I've said that a lot of times about the hex grip in the Gunn and Moore range. Really good point about if you're in a store, get some gloves on, try the bat though. It does feel different with a pair of gloves, and also bats feel lighter when you've put your gloves on. But for me, the Siren picks up really nicely, really well balanced. Good stick, I think.
Cool. Okay, don't forget Sean Connery, diamonds are forever. So we go straight in, the diamond. Ben Stokes' bat. This is designed with Ben in mind, and it's designed by Ben. I mean, it just doesn't get more exciting than that, does it? Very traditional in terms of its colourways. You've got a black, you've got your whites, you've got your blues. Let's get into a bit of the technical specifications.
So the Diamond Rich, it's got that L540 blade length, so 15mm shorter than a normal blade, but pretty standard now. You'll find it's got a mid-swell position. The profile, very rounded, quite high spine towards the mid-centre of the bat. It's not concave out, cut out, it's more rounded to give that extra power and extra weight behind the ball.
Bit of forgiveness, isn't there?
Bit of forgiveness there. Comes with a terrain grip.
Yeah.
Let's have a look what it's like with the bat mallet in terms of performance. And as you'd expect, really good, really strong sort of mid-central point and upwards. I'd say slightly weaker lower down, but that's because of that profile. And to be honest, we're not looking to strike many balls down by the toe. So what they've done is they've overcompensated, I feel, and got more wood slightly higher up the bat to give that more performance further up the bat.
Okay.
One for you?
Yeah, okay. Straight away, I mean, grip is okay, not too bad. Let's have a go with the pickup. Pickup's interesting. It just feels like it does feel like there's a bit more weight a little higher up the bat. And I think that's going to be very good for back foot stuff and hard wicket cricketers where the ball bounces a little bit more. They're going to be able to play those shots. I think for me, I'm going to say not really. Not enough wood down the bottom. And then so the balance just doesn't quite work out for me. Go on then, boss. What about you?
I'm sure Ben won't appreciate
He's
hearing that.
He's far too good. He doesn't need to worry.
I would say, again, because of that rounded profile, probably quite a forgiving bat.
Yeah.
Really good for the all-rounder, good all-round bat. You're not going to go wrong with it. Personally, for me, I prefer just a little bit more shape cut out to create a lighter pickup. But this isn't heavy. It's a really good balanced bat, offering you performance all the way through. Interestingly, one advantage of the Diamond range is Ben Stokes actually has brought out, with Gunn and Moore, their own players edition. So if you really wanted Ben's bat, you can get the exact technical spec that Ben has made the bats to. It comes with his engraved signature in the bat, which is a really nice touch. But that's exactly the weight, shape, model.
Look at those edges.
That Ben uses.
Seriously.
I mean,
that's cheating.
Let's compare that to the normal Diamond.
Ridiculous.
Lots more wood in it.
Yeah.
No wonder he's hitting sixes out the park.
That's
everywhere.
unfair, isn't it? I'd complain as a bowler.
However, one touch that also sets this bat apart that isn't often seen by the naked eye. Look at the stickers.
Oh yes. Good thinking. Changed over, haven't they? So him right-handed batters normally, Ben being a left-handed batter, they've changed that around. Gone to the old hex grip, little change. And also the other thing is, it's gone back to that traditional shape. So Ben is obviously a liker of the traditional length of bat.
The length of blade.
Yeah.
Interesting one for the TV cameras at the gym.
See if they pick it up.
Someone spotted that.
Well, we've given you a lot of information about Gunn and Moore and the Gunn and Moore cricket bat range. We hope that's given you lots of information and helps you to make an informed decision. If you liked our video, please make sure you do the clicking, subscribe to our videos and make a comment below. We look forward to seeing you soon.